Good day. Welcome to this week's edition of the Superintendent's Blog. This is Ross Renfro, Superintendent for the Johnston County Public Schools, coming to you live and in action on this rainy Monday. Three things that we want to discuss today. First of all, we had our Johnston County Public School Job Fair this past Saturday. A tremendous group of people there, quality candidates. I want to give a shout out to our HR team led by Brian Vetrano and all his folks for a great effort in what we think was a big success for Saturday. So Brian, thank you and your team for what you do. As we left the job fair at West Johnston High School and transitioned over to Triple S Strong Day, I want to give a shout out to our principals in the Smithfield-Selma attendance area. The first annual edition of Triple S Strong, we had over 1,200 people come in and participate, and it was about a vision for a better community. So hats off to the following folks. Andrea Jones from Wilson's Mills, Lori Johnson from West Smithfield, Laura Makey from South Smithfield, Suzanne Mitchell from Selma Middle, Heather Anders, Smithfield Middle, Chris Kennedy, Selma Middle, and Stephen Baker at Smithfield-Selma Senior High School. Pats on the back to you all and your teams for inspiring a vision and breathing life into it. We've already set our date for next year's edition of Triple S Strong and hope it will be bigger and better than this year's endeavor. The reason we're here today is to talk about lab school. So joining us today are Dr. Eddie Price and Dr. Marcus Green. As we talk about the lab school, we'll talk with both gentlemen about their vision and what will be reality for our lab school endeavor next year. But first with Dr. Price, what will be different in explaining what the lab school will be next year? What's the vision for it and what will it look like?
Well, Dr. Renfro, what we are hoping we will accomplish will give the stakeholders an opportunity to research and implement cutting-edge strategies, and it will also provide our stakeholders to visit to see those strategies in place. And we're hoping it becomes a glass classroom so that folks can come in and watch the things that we have set aside for JOCO 2020, those practices that we hope are in place in all schools by the year 2020.
Good. Be specific with our audience today. What types of learning experiences will our students partake in on a daily basis, and how will the lab school be different from our other existing schools?
Well, we're hoping that the research and the implementation will allow us to fall forward, taking risks. Three things that I'd like to highlight. One, the school is going to be built around relationships with students, with the feeder pattern and the high school, and then with our community in general. Also personalized learning. We're going to use formative data to make sure we meet the need of each student. And then finally, problem-based learning, which will enhance critical thinking skills and problem solving, and certainly create more student engagement.
Good, good. Dr. Price, we appreciate you being with us today and sharing those specific details about our innovative lab school. Also with us today is Dr. Marcus Green. Marcus was named principal of the lab school at the last board meeting, so we welcome Marcus to the administrative team here in Johnston County, and know that, man, you got an exciting journey ahead of you. Dr. Green, share with us today the process that we will use as a team for launching the Johnston County Lab School.
Certainly, and thank you, Dr. Renfro. Our planning team's been super busy trying to think about how we're going to pull off all the things that Dr. Price just mentioned. And the first thing that came to mind is we're going to have students, and we're going to have teachers, and we're going to have buy-in from our community members. So first and foremost, we're thinking about students, and right now we're currently launching everything, including our recruitment website. And we are looking for the right students. We're looking for students who have the skill and who have the will to participate in this rigorous environment, because our intention in 3 years is to launch these students into Johnston County Early College or to the IB and AVID programs at Triple S. And so those are both rigorous programs seeking to put kids into college. And so those are the students that we need coming out of 5th grade right now, and all of the information on our recruitment is on our recruitment website.
Good, good. Noticed that at the job fair on Saturday, you were one of the last people to leave because there was so much excitement and folks just having questions about the lab school. But even more important, you talked about the student. Who will be the students in the first year at the lab school?
The students are going to be all students. Everybody and all types of students need to be at the lab school so that while we're modeling these best practices, no one at any point can say that we have a specialized group of students. But there are some criteria. First of all, they have to be along the I-95 corridor as far as the 9 elementary schools we're going to be drawing from, and all those schools are listed on the website. In addition to that, a good fit for our school, we like to see students who may be middle performers in terms of their skill ability. Maybe not the top notch, but also not at the bottom. We want to see students who, with a little push and a lot of relationships, can become college ready. In addition to that, we would like to see students who maybe first-generation college students.
Right.
And there are other criteria that would make a student good fit listed on the website. None of them in themselves will disqualify a student, but the short answer to your question is we're seeking all students.
Good.
And we want this to be a diverse place where we can build a family.
Now, I know we've not secured a site yet. We still have several options that we're considering based on several opportunities. But I go back to what you said about the students. In your mind, Dr. Green, which kind of student or what type of student would be a great fit for our innovative lab school?
Two things. First, they need to have the skill. The skill would be demonstrated by their academic performance through their elementary years, through grades 3 through 5. Looking at the full package, after-school activities, anything that they would be involved with interest-wise that would demonstrate that they do have the skill, the minimum skill that we need to perform in a rigorous environment. The second thing would be the will, and this one could probably be more important, especially for us entering 6th grader. We're looking for students who want to be there, who attend school, whose attendance is fairly good, who, when they're in school, they participate. They're willing to try new and innovative ways of learning and want to be a part of something that's top-notch. And so if those things exist, then I would welcome all students to apply to come to the lab school to be a part of that. So they need the skill and they need the will.
I know in our introductory comments, the skill and the will, you all are truly pioneers. Maybe that can be a mascot that you would consider because having the courage to step out of your comfort zone and create culture in a new school scenario, I just applaud you for your willingness to serve, and the same would be said for those teachers and students that populate the lab school in the first year of existence. So hats off to you all. Dr. Green, Dr. Price, very exciting. Looking forward to great things from the lab school. Innovation at its purest form in the Johnston County Public Schools. We want our communities and our parents and all of our stakeholders to know about this endeavor because they probably know a student that would be a great fit for it. And as we look to populate that first class next year of 6th graders, 100 of them. And if you know somebody that would be an ideal candidate for the lab school, please let us know. Again, it's an honor and a privilege to serve as your superintendent. Thank you all for all you do and hope you have a great day.